Okay, so we're all tied here at Rogers Center as we get ready for Game 5 of the 2016 Tenacious Baseball League version 2.0 Super Advanced Stratomatic Baseball Playoffs. It's a lot to say. Usually I just say the TBL version 2.0, but we're in the playoffs now, so I add a little more. And it's Super Advanced Strat, which is everybody's favorite game. No, not really, but it's a lot of people like Strat, a lot of people like Advanced Strat, a lot of people like Basic Strat, quite a few people like Super Advanced. I started this project with Super Advanced rules, and it has taken me a sizable amount of time to work through it. The project itself was long. When I did the first one, which was with advanced rules, it was pretty long. Not complaining whatsoever. I'm just stating the facts that this has been a labor of love over 3 years, and we are starting to get down to where it is really important time as far as if you are interested in who comes out on top of this, as the Blue Jays, since going up north to Rogers Center here in Toronto, they have won 2 of 2 and have tied the series. Now, the Game 1 matchup will take place here in Game 5, which it could be very critical. I feel like if the Mets were to take this and then get back home to Syndergaard, pitching Game 6, it might be a death knell for the Blue Jays. But if the Blue Jays can take this one, then it puts the Mets on the brink of elimination and the Blue Jays on the brink of winning. And so, basically either team winning this game is one step away. So, but hey, we've seen this plenty of times through the course of history, and it plays out how it plays out, and we are going to play it out here. So, it is interesting here. We have, just take a second here to mention, the Mets 40-24 over the whole project. So a really bang up performance here by them. That's 64 games total, a 625 winning percentage, pretty good. 37-26 is 587. So the Blue Jays and the Mets continue to do well, and it's pretty much a it's cool to see these teams duke it out here pretty tightly. There has been a blowout here or there, but for the most part it's been tight. The last 2 games have been by 1-run margins, and we'll see what happens in this one. Take a look at our brackets as we usually do. We see how we got here. The Mets beat the Orioles 4-2. The Blue Jays beat the surprising San Diego Padres 4-1 in their series to lead to this point where it is now 2-2 in the final. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. So the Mets make a couple little changes to their lineup here, trying to solve their offensive woes. They've scored 3 runs in the last 2 games, and you would think in an American League park that may not be always the case. Of course, we aren't using DH in any of these games. That's been a set rule of this project. In the first TBL, we did use all DH, and now we're using no DH. So, facing Marcus Stroman, they're going to have this lineup. It'll be Curtis Granderson in center. Leading off, we move down Reyes. He has been cold of late. He went 0 for 5 in the previous game and 0 for 4 in Game 3. So, of course, the statistic-minded may say, well, that means he's due, but we moved him down anyway. So, Granderson leads off in center. Asdrubal Cabrera will get a jump up into the number 2 hole and then play short. Then it'll be Yoenis Cespedes in left. Jay Bruce in right will bat cleanup. And then Reyes in the 5th spot at third base. James Loney at first. Travis d'Arnaud catching. TJ Rivera will get the start at second. He is a right-handed hitter against Stroman. Didn't feel like Kelly Johnson was contributing enough, so we decided to make that change. Rivera has had a couple home runs in the playoffs. And Selman, with pitchers hitting card number 1, will bat last. And weather in this indoor stadium is still good. It's going to be 9s on the singles, good conditions, and 12s on the home runs. And for those unfamiliar with Super Advanced, there are designations with triangles filled in right here that are upside down, or the point pointing down, which are the ballpark singles. When I say 9s on the singles, it means if we roll a D20 and it's 1 to 9, it's a single. 10 to 20, it is a line out to whichever middle infielder is on the side of the hitter. So a lefty would be second baseman. The diamonds, filled in diamonds, are ballpark home runs. And when I say on the 12s, it means 1 to 12 is a home run. 13 to 20 would be a fly ball to whichever sided corner infielder of the guy, and it's B, so it could be a sac fly if there's a runner at third. But just in case, we also use things like the robbing rules, where so we say that ballpark home run, or even a home run split. Like, is there one on Granderson's card? It doesn't look like there is. But the ballpark home run would be one where if you have home run up to a certain point and then an out at the end of it, if it's so in this case it'd be 1 to 12. If it's a 12, then we check for robbing. If it's a 13, we also do, and it's either that corner infielder or the center fielder. So let's go. Enough talk. Time to get on the field. 1-7 is a walk. So already you get the leadoff guy on for the Mets. Maybe a smart change there in the lineup for these guys. Let's see what Asdrubal Cabrera. They are holding Granderson. We could try hitting and running with Cabrera, but let's just go ahead and see what happens. 6-7 batting from the left. That's a single to right. Granderson's going to challenge Batista's arm. He's a 0, and they're going to throw to second. So no throw into third. Granderson will take third without a throw, and Cabrera will stay at first. Nobody out. Runners at the corners. They're going to play infield deep, trying to turn a double play. They will concede Granderson for that. So the pitch, 4-4 righty, grounded to third. Donaldson, they wouldn't be holding Granderson at third. I don't usually do holds at the third base. So playing back, he'll be a 2, E17. Could be double play here. 2 and 8, though, is a G2. They will get the force at second as long as there is a clean play. And for third base at the E17 and 11 is a good play. At 12 would have been an error, but instead it will be a 5-4 put out of Cabrera at second, and then a fielder's choice. Granderson does come across the plate to score, and it will be 1-0 Mets. Now Jay Bruce with Cespedes at first. And a 3-4, that will be a ground ball to short. Tulowitzki up with it, throws to Travis for 1, over to first, in time to Encarnacion, and that retires the Mets. But first, a run comes in on the RBI ground out. And we will now take a look at the Blue Jay lineup to face Robert Gesellman for the second time in the series. Carrera had a pretty decent game in left, and they won the game, or in center, but they decided instead to move him to left field this time and remove Michael Saunders, who hasn't done... He had a pretty good game 3, but game 4 was middle of the road, so they're going to lead him off and play him in left. This also allows them to bring Pilar in, who's a better range center fielder. So Ezekiel Carrera in left will lead off. Then Josh Donaldson's going to start third base and play and bat in the 2 hole. Moved him up. Tulowitzki will bat third and play short, and then Encarnacion, the cleanup hitter. Jose Bautista in right bats 5th, and then Devin Travis second base. Russell Martin catching. Kevin Pillar, the aforementioned Pillar, in center, and Stroman with pitchers hitting card number 1 rounds out the order. So Carrera against the right-hander Gesellman, 4-6 lefty. That'll be a split single chance, 1-6, only 30%, and it will be a single. Gets on. So, but the Mets generally pretty decent at holding runners, and I think Carrera is going to have to hold on here. Donaldson up. 5-10 righty, grounded to shortstop, could be 2. Cabrera with the right-hand hitter, he's still a 3. 3 and 9 will be a shallow or Cabrera has to come in hard, and he's going to have to make a play at first, and he does. Or at first, and he does. 6-3. Runner does advance, but that's 1 out, and the tying run at second. Tulowitzki, and maybe a wild pitch for Gesellman, 1-4. Nope. So we have a little wild pitch rating right here that says 4, so that's what that designation is. You roll your D20, it's 1-4, it's a wild pitch, otherwise the at-bat continues. 3-10, ballpark home run for Tulowitzki, 1-12. Will it go? It is going to be gone. 2-run home run for Tulowitzki, and 2-1 your score now, as he picks up a couple of runs batted in there. So now Edwin Encarnacion, who's been a little. Oh boy, he gets a 2-11. Wow, 2-10 is a pretty good roll for him, but this is going to be a ballpark single, 1-9. It's a 17. That'll be a liner to short. So he's gotten the 2 column here in the last couple games, but it hasn't drawn up the right sum on the blue dice. 5-8 righty. That's a fly ball out into center, and Granderson in perfect position to make that catch. But 2 runs across mean the Blue Jays are back out to a 2-1 lead like they were last game. The final score. On to the second inning. Jose Reyes. Taken out of the leadoff hole. See how he performs here in this spot. 4-8. Batting from the left, and he will get a hit. Probably a double, 1-17. And it is a leadoff double here in the second. So maybe a little bit of change in the role is going to be good for him. Loney. Runner at second, nobody out. 4-10 lefty, fly ball to left B. So that means that Carrera will make the catch and there will be no advance. Travis d'Arnaud. Let's see, what's Reyes' second steal number? Anything? 12. Bottom of the order. Let's see, what is Stroman? 0 and +1, and then you got to subtract. So -3. 1-9. Let's see if he can get a lead. He needs a 5 or a 6. It's a 7, so no, Mets fans are like, yeah, good. We don't want him getting caught stealing here. So d'Arnaud. 1-2, ground ball to shortstop. So Tulowitzki throws to first for the out. That they may have played. They probably would have played infield in, so the runner would have had to hold anyway. But now 2 outs with Rivera. They could walk him to get to Gesellman. I think they're going to face him. So 2 outs, and it's a 5-6 righty. Grounder to short again, and Tulowitzki throws to first, and Encarnacion grabs it. And the leadoff double goes to waste. 2-1 Blue Jays. So it'll be Travis now, bottom of the second. Can the Blue Jays extend their lead here? 1-11, ballpark single, 1-9. It's a 6, so it's a leadoff single. Both the leadoff men have gotten on. Actually, every leadoff man so far has gotten aboard. So let's see. He's a 16, so -3 +2 for d'Arnaud is -1. So that would be a 1 to 13 chance, excuse me. I think we're still going to not try a steal with Travis here. 4-9 righty. And maybe we should have, because that's going to be a double play ball. Cabrera to Rivera to Loney. And now Pilar up with nobody on. 4-6 right-hander is a single. Turns the lineup over. And with 2 outs, let's see if Pilar gets a lead here. 2 through 6, or no, 2 through 5 on the sum of the colored dice, or a 12 would get him a good lead. It's a 10, so no good lead there, and he's not going to try stealing. So that brings up, I'll roll it again. It was kind of leaning there. Oh boy, potential wild pitch, or not wild pitch, balk. No balk rating for Selman, and so pitcher's hitting card numbers. There's a 5-6 fly ball to left. It'll be caught by Cespedes, and so 2 hits but no runs in the inning for the Blue Jays. Okay, so it'll be Gesellman leading off here, and pitcher's hitting card number 1 again, 6-6. He is a right-handed batter. He hits it to Tulowitzki, dribbler. He picks up, throws to first, and 1 out. So Granderson, 4-6 lefty, is he's going to hit a line drive and is going to go out into the outfield for a single. So Granderson aboard for the second time. Brings up as dribble Cabrera with 1 out. What the heck? Let's hit and run this time. We're going to hit and run with Cabrera. Just do something a little different here. Being held is Granderson, so that makes him a B hit and run guy. But we'll go 4-2 lefty. That's a grounder to first. Probably a ground out. Let's see, 3 and 5. He does get to it as. Or wait a second, he is holding the runner, so the 5 is actually, that's going to be a single, because you turn his 3 into a 4. So then a 13 on the E5 is not an error, but it will be a single for Cabrera, and Granderson will be able to extend it all the way to third base. So first and third, 1 out for Yoenis Cespedes, 0 for 1 thus far. And a 4-9 righty. Fly ball to center field. Should be deep enough to score. Granderson. Pilar catches it, throws it in, just throws it to third, knows he has no chance. 2-all as Granderson has scored both runs for the Mets. And Cespedes is down with 2 RBIs on the game. So now Cabrera at first with 2 down. Jay Bruce up. 5-9 lefty struck him out to finish off the Mets in the top of the third, but they do pick up that equalizing run. And just like the series, we are tied 2-2 here in Game 5. And Gesellman ready to deliver to the top of the order. Carrera for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the third. 2-10 is a single. Somehow the Blue Jays seem to be getting most of the batter card rolls. Josh Donaldson grounded out in the first. 1-2. That's going to be a liner to third. A hot shot and dive and catch. Catches Carrera taking an early jump. It'll be a double play as he throws to first. 5-3. The friendly Lomax roll that everybody refers to, and now it's 2 outs, nobody on. Gets Carrera off the base paths, and 2-5 for Tulowitzki. He strikes out to end the third, so 2-2 is our score going to the fourth. What would we expect in this one other than a tight game? It's been tight in this series thus far. Now Reyes leading off again here in the fourth, and that's a 1-2. Could be a single. He could be 2 for 2 batting out of the 5-hole. 1-14. It's going to be caught on the dive by Devin Travis, 1 out. And so the Blue Jays get a bit of luck there and retire him. Loney at the plate, 3-7, and a grounder to short. As Tulowitzki now with, what is that, 5 assists on the night so far. Retires Loney, 0 for 2 for the first baseman. And now Travis d'Arnaud, 2-5, and another one right to Tulowitzki. He is getting a ton of work. His arm is feeling sore as he's had to make some throws here to get some outs, but another 0 on the board. As pitching has dominated the last almost 2.5 games. Encarnacion, 4-12, righty is a fly ball to right. And Bruce takes care of that business as he flares it the other way. Now, Jose Bautista, 4-5, righty, a strikeout. Now Devin Travis, 110, and he's going to get a 2-out single. He's 2 for 2. And we will see if he can get a sum of 4 here to get a lead to get a stolen base, and no, he's going to get a 6. So Russell Martin continues his at bat. 6-3 righty, a ballpark single, 1-9. It's a 6, so first and second outs. And can Kevin Pillar, who is making his first appearance in 2 games, he is 1 for 1 so far. Could he pick up another single here and possibly break this tie? Let's see. 3-8. Nah, he's going to hit it center field, and should be enough time for Granderson to get underneath it. And he does, and he makes the catch to retire the side with 2 left on base. Still 2-2 Mets and Blue Jays tied. All right, I'll tell you what, I have thoroughly enjoyed playing this entire project. I kind of like cut my teeth with Stratomatic as far as like the statistically based board games here. I had some stuff when I was a kid, but this is, this is always going to have a bit of a soft spot in my heart. I'm going to definitely be trying some other games here now that kind of like gotten 2 big projects under my belt. But you'll never hear me say a bad word about Strat. But it's I know it's not a perfect game, but it gives you a way to have a split. In the advanced and super advanced rules, you can have some split, sidedness to the game, and so it's just it brought me into this sort of like adult world, we will say, of playing board games, especially things where you can simulate the sports that you grew up with, or even the sports of today. Like this is kind of like this isn't today, but it's a few years. It was today when I started it, really. But anyway, I've really enjoyed this, and I hope it's come through. When you play a long project, there are times when you're going to go through bits of boredom isn't quite the right word. It's just you need to take a little bit of a refresh break. And I've been releasing these videos every 2 days because I also want to make sure that when someone comes back and views this, it's still soon enough that it's still in your memory. But it also gives a little bit of a break because I know that a lot of people have played a lot of Strat in their lives, and there's a lot of offerings out there, different games, people playing stuff. You got baseball demos doing a Fidrich replay, as well as a Nationals 2019 replay, and I think the Fidrich is in Strat probably, but the Nationals is what, inside. Maybe I got those flipped. But in any event, he's RGL. He's mixing up 3 games, kind of like constantly on his channel. Payoff pitch, inside pitch, and Fall Classic. And then there are other gamers. You have some APBA going on. There's APBA Brian, and there's quite a few other things out there to check out. So try not to eat up too much of your time. playing out something that's been, we've seen a lot of guys like TJ Rivera and Yoenis Cespedes and Edwin Encarnacion. So, it's just trying to manage this in a way that we can get some enjoyment out of this game in particular, which has, the super advanced Stratomatic has gotten a lot of play, especially on this channel by me in the last 3 years. Tabletop Earl has also done some stuff. So just trying to take a measured approach to putting out stuff, and it also allows me to kind of like keep my, just like for someone watching it, I have seen these names a lot. I told you at the beginning of this video that we've got the Mets who have played, what did I say, 60? It might be close to 70 games. So it's just good to have a it's good to have sort of like breaks in between games, and I'm not exactly doing it that way, but it's close. It's giving me a chance to kind of like refresh. So we're getting to the 5th here, and it'll be the bottom of the order, TJ Rivera, and it'll be 2-9, and he's going to fly that out to left to Carrera, and unfortunately for him, it dies at the fence, and 1 out now for Gesellman on a 3-5, and he's going to ground it to Tulowitzki, as a lot of guys have. Tulowitzki seeing a ton of action now. I believe that is up to 7 assists in the game. And Granderson, 3-4. Guess what? Grounded to shortstop. So we've got, out of the last 6 outs, 4 of them have been assists for Troy Tulowitzki, and that will be it for the top of the 5th. It's an official game now, except for the fact we don't have a winner. So, but let's keep going here with Stroman, 5-12. That'll be ground ball, shortstop. So Cabrera getting, I'll tell you what, that little divot there in between 2nd and 3rd is getting really it's getting really torn up there. They have to, between innings here, they're gonna have to send out the rake to get the get everything kind of, and water it down so it's not getting so dusty, because they've been kicking it up here. So top of the order, 2 for 2 for Carrera, and that's a 2-2. Ballpark home run, 1-12. Can Carrera get in on the act and break this tie? It is gone. Home run for the home team, Ezekiel Carrera. 3-2 now, as Carrera gets a, what I consider to be a relatively rare roll, the 2-2. And for him, that was an excellent roll. Great timing for that one to come up for the Blue Jays. And now Josh Donaldson, 6-7 righty, struck him out. This is not Gesellman's inning of weakness. He is 6th inning. So he still has some gas in the tank here, but we have to decide, as long as there's no more run scoring here. 3-9. Well, Tulowitzki is already gone deep, and now he's going to get in on the act with a single, possibly a double. It'll be a single. So now the Mets have to start thinking about, do they need to get their bullpen going? Gesellman has, seems like the Blue Jays have gotten their share of hitter rolls. Encarnacion, 3-8. This would be a 1-5 single. Otherwise a liner to 3rd. And it's a 5. They are getting all of the rolls. So Tulowitzki to 2nd, and we're going to stick with Gesellman a little longer. The Mets will get Fernando Salas and Jerry Blevins warming up. They probably don't need Blevins. I think this is a completely except aside from Carrera, completely right-handed lineup. So Bautista, 1st and 2nd, 1 out, or no, 2 outs. Excuse me, 2 outs here. The pitcher got the 1st out. 4-7 righty, and that's a single, and that's going to score Tulowitzki 4-2, and I think that's it for Gesellman. That's too bad. I hate to feel like I should have pulled him sooner, but maybe that is the case. He's got a pretty good card, maybe a better card than a lot of relievers, but this is going to be the breaking point, I think. You can't leave him in there. You're going to need to get... I believe Salas will come in here and just try and extinguish this flame that is kind of burning here. So Salas, Gesellman goes 4 2/3, excuse me. And now up against Devin Travis with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Can they get more? It's a 1-7. That's another single, and it's going to score a run, and that wouldn't have mattered who was in there. 5-2, and the Blue Jays are packing them in here, and this feels like one of those rides that who knows when you'll get off if you're the Mets. Could be here. Russell Martin, not the greatest of hitters, still corners. 3-10, and a grounder to third base, and thankfully Reyes will be able to get it to first in time to retire the side, but 3 across. Finally get a relatively crooked inning out of this game. These teams have really played it tight, but let's see, that's 5 hits in the inning for the Blue Jays as they score 3, and now a 5-2 lead going to the 6th. Okay, so Stroman, third time through the order here, with a 5-2 lead. He has had his struggles here in the playoffs, but he looks like he could be in line for a victory as long as they can keep this together. 3-5. This is going to be potential double. Well, it'll be a double, potential home run. On a 1, it's a 3, so a double for Cabrera, and Mets in business. Yoenis Cespedes 2-7. Another single/double split here, 1-9, and it's a 6 that will score a run. So back-to-back doubles, 3 for the Mets now. 5-3 is your score, as Cespedes now with a 3rd run batted in the game, and the Mets are starting to charge here. Stroman is 1 away from being tired, and they're going to get R.A. Dickey warming up here. Let's see, when did Dickey pitch? Game 2, right? Yeah, game 2. So he's had 3 days rest, so he can come in for a couple innings here if necessary. So Jay Bruce up. This is the tying run. Stroman up. Pitches 4-6 and another single. 5-4. Mets storming back. That is going to be it for Stroman, as it just seemed like it was a matter of time before he started falling apart. He was pitching very well, but now double, single. They're going to call on R.A. Dickey to come in and try and take care of some business here. So only 5 innings pitched for Stroman. He is still the pitcher of record, can win, can't lose, but he could lose out on this potential wild pitch for Dickey. 1-6. It's a 10. So, okay, Reyes, 6'4", lefty, grounder to shortstop, could be 2. Batting from the left, so Tulowitzki will become a 3, and that jumps out, so we will 3-11 is going to be a G2. They'll get the lead runner. They'll get Bruce at second only. Reyes busting it down the line. Beats out the relay throw. So 6-4. 1 out. Fielder's choice. Loney. Another wild pitch check. 1-6. It's 11. 4-5 lefty, grounded to first base. This will be a double play. 3-6-1. Dickey comes over and covers the bag. 2 across, and the Blue Jays long relief of Dickey gets them out of the jam. So let's go to the bottom of the 6th, and they will have Jim Henderson pitch here. So Kevin Pillar facing the righty, 3-5, grounded third. Reyes throws to first, and that's the first out. Now the pitcher spot. Well, Dickey wasn't going to pitch a couple innings anyway. They're into their. They're going to get into their late inning rotation of Grilly, Biagini, and Asuna. So pinch hitter for Stroman will be let's save Saunders. Let's go. We haven't had Melvin Upton take a turn here. He hasn't really played much. His card isn't so great. Basically a pinch hitter at this point. 3-7, a strikeout. Traded from San Diego mid-season. Deadline deal. No, where's Carrera? There's Ezekiel Carrera. Took his card with the pitcher's hitting card. So 2 outs, and it's a 6-8. Lefty is a strikeout, and that retires the Blue Jays in the 6th. So going to move to the 7th. And we will take a look and see whether or not Toronto's bullpen can finish this off for Stroman. Jason Grilly will get the nod. He gets motioned in by the manager. So, full inning pitch for Dickey with only 2 batters faced. So, d'Arnaud, first up against Grilly. 3-2 is a walk. So, already trouble for Grilly. And potential wild pitch, 1-5. It's a 14, so nope. Now, Rivera, 1-9 is going to be trouble. d'Arnaud will have to hold at third unless it's a 1-8. It would be a triple then. And this game is tied. It's going to snake around the corner. Rivera's going to make it to third all the way in to score Travis d'Arnaud. And now the game is tied, so Grilly blows the save opportunity. And now the Mets are set up for even more. Runner at third, nobody out. And man, seems like I was gonna say it seems like they have one too many cards, and they did, because somehow Justin Smoke got into their pile. Let's see, against Grilly. With a runner at third, let's have Conforto give it a shot. Could use him as more of a power bat late in the game, but let's bring him up here with the go-ahead run at third. They're going to play infield in here. They're going to try and keep this a tie ball game. 1-6. This is more trouble for Grilly. 1-17 double, and it's going to go. So that'll be a double. In comes Rivera now, 6-5, as the Mets take the lead here in the 7th. What a comeback. They needed it. Chipped away at it. Maybe Stroman left in a little too long. Conforto at second. Nobody out. Granderson up, 6-4 lefty, grounded a shortstop. Won't get the runner over, most likely. Let's see. So Conforto with a lefty up. So that's going to make Tulowitzki a 3. 3 and 8. I'm sorry, Blue Jays fans. That's a single. That is going to be one of the hashtag rolls on the 8. And then a 14 on his E12 is not an error. But that's going to be a single 2-star, as that's the way we play it lefty. That means that if you're holding the runner, it's Tulowitzki who's holding, and even if it is Conforto, we're going to say he was being held. I hold pretty much everybody at first, and unless there's 2 outs, second base. So that's kind of a tough break. So now Granderson at first. Now it's 7-5. Mets fans are really happy, and Toronto fans not so much. 6-8 lefty is a strikeout. Could have used that long ago. 2 or 3 of those rolls, but now Cespedes. 1 on, 1-6, a 1-2 single. It's going to be a single. Wow, the Mets finally have things rolling back their way again. And now Jay Bruce with first and second. And now we got to think about, do we find relief for Grilly? 3-7. That's a strikeout. He might be able to see his way out of this inning now. Reyes, I think one more hit and we might have to do something about it. Well, actually, he's only... Yeah, we're playing with fire here. 5-8 lefty is a walk. Base is loaded, and I think they're going to have to go to the pen. So we will. Grilly, he is tired. And so the Blue Jays will bring in Liriano. So 2 outs recorded by Grilly, but 3 across and 3 more to his credit on base. And Liriano is going to flip Reyes around, bat him from the right, see if he can get this final out of the inning. 1-5 against a lefty is a grounder to second base. Travis throws to first, but 3 in, and it is now 7-5. 7th inning stretch. What a turn of fortune. It looked like the Blue Jays were in control 5-2, but then 5 runs here in the 6th and the 7th have flipped this game right upside down. So if the Mets do hold on here, it looks like Jim Henderson would get the win. And Hansel Robles is going to come in for the 7th inning here. 2-run lead for the Mets, but they got to face Donaldson, Tulowitzki, and Encarnacion. 5-10. Righty is a walk. Leadoff man on base. Tulowitzki. 2 for 3 so far. 6-9 righty is a fly ball to right. Jay Bruce with the catch. Edwin Encarnacion tying run up. 5-7 righty is a walk. Now Bautista, can he play hero again? He's 1 for 3. 5-3 righty. Grounder back to the pitcher. Could be 2 if Robles, a 4-E0, gets the right roll. But let's see. He would need a 19 or 20 on this roll to double play it. It's a 3, which is going to be a single. And it will load the bases. And depending on this roll, 11, he is an E0, so no errors. But a single 1-star loads them up. And what do you do if you're the Mets here? You're up with Devin Travis, 1 out. They're going to play... They'll play with the infield back here. They have a 2-run lead. They can afford to try and hope for a double play and also prevent against a single scoring the go-ahead run, or not the go-ahead, the tying run from second. Devin Travis, 6-3 righty, fly ball to left. Cespedes 2, E7, the 2 and the 20. It's a shallow fly, so no run is going to score here as long as he doesn't blow it on the E7. 16 would be a 1 base air. A 15 or a 6, 2 base. 18-3. And it is a 9, so the play will be made in left by Cespedes, and that is a big out. Russell Martin, it will be up to him. Can he come through with a clutch hit? He has no clutch designations either. So here we go. 4-5, grounder to short. Not holding anybody, so it's going to be Cabrera 3, E8, 3, and 7. It will be good enough. As long as he doesn't air and he doesn't, that will be it. It'll be 6-4, we'll call it that. Fielder's choice. And Robles breathes a sigh of relief, as do all of the Mets fans, viewing this as Robles snuffs out an admirable rally by the Blue Jays inning. But what that also does is it sets up a possibility in the 9th of having those big hitters coming up. Well, either in the 8th or the 9th. So 5 up, or actually 6 up that inning, but no runs. And Liriano will pitch another inning. Darno first, 2-5 against a lefty. He's going to walk. TJ Rivera. Oops. Foul ball. We missed twice. Missed the field of play. What the heck am I doing here? 6-7 righty. Grounded to second. So this is with a righty. So that's going to make Travis a 3 as well. 3 and 12 will be a G2, which is a force play. And no error, so it'll be 4-6. Can't turn it as Rivera beats it out. And now a pinch hitter for the Mets. Wilmer Flores will... Actually, Juan Lagares has been hot, so let's use him. Give him another chance here. Pinch hitting in the 8th. Rivera at first with 1 out. 3-8, fly ball to center. No problem for Pilar as he grabs it. And now Curtis Granderson, 2 outs. 6-10, lefty is a grounder to third. It's going to be a test for Donaldson. 2 and 12, he gets to it, E17, and oh boy. 15 is an error, so the inning will continue on an E5. Rivera will reach second, and it's going to give Asdrubal Cabrera a chance to break this game wide open here with 2 on and 2 outs. 3-6, and here is going to be another 2-base advance. It's going to score Rivera from second. Is it a double or a single? It's a single, but Granderson will get to third. And the Mets have come through here in this game 5 and have come for an explosion offensively. Now 8-5. And Cespedes up again. He is 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Actually... Make that 4. He has 4 of them, right? Or no, I'm looking at the wrong column. My bad. Let me fix my... Alright, well, we already rolled D20 for this. So first and third, 2 outs for Yoenis Cespedes, 6-5 righty, grounder to short. Tulowitzki responsible for Cespedes, so the 2 is going to hold. 2 and 7, he does get to it this time. And he makes the play for the final out of the inning. But another insurance run should give Addison Reed and Joris Familia plenty of opportunity to put this one away. But we've seen strange things happen in this series. So they're going to bring in Addison Reed in relief of Robles. Robles with an inning pitched, and it was a rocky one, but he got through it. And the Mets now 6 outs away from taking a 3-2 series lead. And now Addison Reed, not related to me. 4-9 righty is a strikeout. 1 out. Pilar retired. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Pinch hitter. Well, they got to get something going. They're going to choose Saunders right now. Michael Saunders played a lot of DH in this 2016 season, so kind of tough to fit him and Carrera into the outfield. And Pilar, so 6-6 lefty is a strikeout as well. So 2 strikeouts for Reed. Things going swimmingly for him. And now, speaking of Carrera, 5-5 lefty is a strikeout. He strikes out the side. Mets in control now, 8-5, as we head to the top of the 9th. New pitcher for the Jays. It's going to be Joaquin Benoit. Two innings for Liriano. Actually, no, an inning and a third. If I do my math there, that's not going to add up right. Okay, so facing Jay Bruce. They do have Brett Cecil that could have faced him, but they're... So 6-7 lefty is a walk. Jose Reyes. 4-6 from the left side. That's going to be a double play. He's going to hit it to Travis, over to Tulowitzki, then to Encarnacion. James Loney, the lefty, 2-3 against a righty. That's going to be a ground to third base. And did I do that right? Okay, well, I checked and I did. I couldn't remember my roll on Reyes, but it was a 4-6, which was, he's a switch hitter, so everything is okay. Sometimes it's easy to remember the previous rolls, other times it's a challenge, and now Familia will be the pitcher here to try and get this to the brink of a victory, brink of elimination for the Blue Jays, as the Mets really crushed the regular season. There was a point in this game where we definitely could have seen imagined an upset here of pretty decent proportions, but now anything is still possible, but it's going to take some hits off of Familia here. So here's Donaldson to lead off, 3-9, strikes him out, 1 out, 2 outs left in this game. Troy Tulowitzki, he is 2 for 4, 6-11 righty. That's a fly ball to right. It will be caught by Bruce, 2 outs. Last hope, Edwin Encarnacion, 5-12 righty, a grounder to second. They're going to need a positive X check here for the 3-6 Rivera. This is what really needs to be, and it's not going to be a 12 is a play that he gets to. He gets to that diving ball. And then a 15, though, on an E6. Will that extend it? It will not. The ball game is over. TJ Rivera completes the assist to Loney, and we got a 0 in the top of the 9th. We got a 0 in the bottom of the 9th, which leads to a score of 8-5. Mets lead 3-2. And interesting middle innings, and we saw the late inning relief there for the Mets come through. So we'll be back for the number. Okay, so your final here from Rogers Center as the Mets take a 3-2 lead going into Game 6, back to Queens, Flushing Meadow, and Citi Field. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Mets, 8 left on base, no errors. Blue Jays, 5 runs, 13 hits. They did commit an error. Donaldson was responsible for that, and 7 left on base. Your winner, Jim Henderson, got the win in middle relief as the Mets came back with that 3-run inning in the 7th. The loss goes to Grilly, who is the pitcher of record during that inning. And Joris Familia with his 4th save. I forgot to mention last game. I did not put it up there. 3rd save last game for Roberto Osuna. But in this one, it will be the Mets taking this. Tulowitzki. I'm not keeping the tightest of stats here for this. I've got them down. I don't know if I'm going to ever organize them or not. I just kind of want to get the results and see how that plays out. So, but I am trying to just curate the home runs just by kind of going back through and looking. This is Tulowitzki's 2nd by my count, and then Carrera's 1st. No home runs in this one for the Mets. They did it all pretty much with singles and doubles. They did get a triple from Rivera in the 8th to add the 8th run of the game. So just not enough for Toronto. So we will return on, I believe it will be Friday is when I would release Game 6. I haven't recorded it yet, obviously. So, but this, my intention would be this is Wednesday, the I don't know, what would that be, the 13th? So by then we'll have almost the entire of next week done. So anyway, so I haven't recorded Game 6 yet, and I'm not sure when I will, but this is starting to wrap up. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hit like. You can subscribe if you want to catch all the videos on this channel. Especially, you should also go subscribe to Tenacious Sports if you would. That's where my projects will be starting up after this series is over. And Tabletop Earl, I assume, will be back in the relative near future. And so stay subscribed here as well. If you haven't subscribed here yet, please subscribe here. Please subscribe over at Tenacious Sports. That's, again, where I'm going to reside after this is over. And we will see you soon back here on Tabletop Baseball Plus for Game 6 from Citi Field. Mets 3-2 lead. Will they be able to finish it out in Game 6 behind Noah Syndergaard?